What do you think people think when they see your ride? Wow, that's a clean car. Maybe they think, wow, they do not keep up with their vehicle at all. Believe it or not, your orderly habits involving your automobile have a lot to do with what people think of you. Clean cars aren't just for fun. They help keep the paint healthy, and they keep your automobile clean and let people think you have a good sense of respect for your stuff. I own a car washing business and have researched car washing and its methods thoroughly. According to an auto body shop online, Coates Auto Body, washing your car can greatly improve the value of it. How Stuff Works says you spend so much money taking care of your car on things like gas, oil changes, tires, that people often forget just to wash their car every couple of weeks. Today, I'll be discussing how important it is to wash your car because of it in retaining its value, maintaining its health, and keeping up your appearances. According to Top Gear Box, a reputable automobile website, washing your car consistently makes people much more likely to pay more money and a higher price in your car. The car will appear newer and more desirable. People will see the outside of the car and assume the car is in great shape, stuff like the inside, the carpets, and they'll want to buy it more and they'll trust you more when they're having the transaction. The car will look more kept up with. There are many times I detail a car and right before people sell it, to make it seem like they've kept up with it for years. I had a van I detailed a couple months ago that right after I detailed it, it sold the next day at asking price. It's crazy how just a clean car makes people want what you have. People that like cars like them without faults. Whenever you see a car that's dirty, that's automatically a red flag for the car as a whole. When a man is knowledgeable about how cars look and about cars in general, the very first impression of the car that they'll get is how clean it is. All the other assumptions are just downhill from there. They understand that any faults, no matter on the hood or below it, will cost a lot of money to fix. If you have paint issues because bugs have eaten into it, chances are he'll want a big discount or will not walk away from the car as a whole. It's very expensive to get this paint fixed. If you want a new layer of paint or a clear coat, it'll usually cost between $800 and $3,000. This ridiculous cost leads many people to just buy another car and give up. However, if people would just take care of their car and wash it once every 2 weeks, they could skip this altogether. Have you ever seen a car driving on the road, an antique, and thought, wow, that looks like it's worth a lot of money? Well, believe it or not, the better you condition your cars in, whenever it becomes an antique, determines how much it sells for. If you've ever watched shows like American Pickers or any pawn shop, you'll see rust buckets that can sell for tens of thousands in mint condition, but are just sold for scrap. While you get older, these cars that you own may become very valuable, and the way you treat it now can affect its asking price later. These once illustrious cars that are now covered in dust, rust, and corrosion will be worth way less than when you bought it in 10 years. If you maintain the car until it's worth the value of a mint antique, you will be prospering financially. So now that we understand how washing a car can help protect its value, let's discuss how it maintains the health of your car. Washing a car consistently keeps it safe to drive and keeps the paint healthy. Whenever you wash your car, it removes things like tar, rust, and bugs that eat into your paint. The goal when you're washing your car is to clean every square inch, kind of like this car we're doing here. Do you see how even the roof is being cleaned? This is very important. The windshield and the things people don't look at, like the roof, affect the value and the quality and health of the car. Things like rear view mirrors, back windows, and windshields are must when soapifying and scrubbing. The better looking the paint is after you wash it, the healthier it's going to be. For example, if you woke up really early, begrudgingly scrubbed your car in the dark, it probably won't look very good. You probably will miss a lot of bugs and miss a lot of tar. If you go into it with a happy mindset and you can see every square inch of the car when you clean it, it'll probably look a lot better and be a lot safer and cleaner. Think of it like this. If you never go to the doctor when you're sick, you don't keep good hygiene and only shower one time a month, and you don't even do good at that, I doubt you're going to be appealing or healthy. Okay? Keep the car the way you keep your own self, with great care and great appreciation. Safety is increased when your windshield and windows are free of dirt, mud, and bugs. If you were to operate a 2-ton machine at high velocity in a blind spot the size of Texas, how safe would you feel on the road? If your windshield or side mirrors have bugs or debris, you're casting the same risk. When you have a large amount of obscurance in your vision, you're a hazard to road safety. You need to get your car cleaned. And you thought car cleaning was just for show. So now that we've discussed how washing a car helps maintain its value, its health, and your health, let's discuss how it looks to have a clean car. If you keep a car clean, people will see you as thankful for what you have. People will see you as appreciative, because not everyone in the world owns a car. It's important to be thankful. Even if it's not the nicest car in the world, it's still yours to take care of. Whenever you drive around a messed up, muddy car, people will think, wow, he does not care what he has. I would appreciate that car way more than he does. Think about all the people that you pass that would think this. People on public transportation, Uber, bicycles and skateboards. They'd love to have this car you're driving. This car that you don't even want. Displaying gratitude is an important part of society. Imagine a president that didn't care about his job. He wasn't appreciative for what people gave him. There are so many people that would think, wow, I would do such a better job at that. I would love to have the position he is, but he doesn't even care. It's the same way with a car or with a truck. Not everyone has one, so appreciate them and treat them well. People will also see you as responsible. When cruising down the road, it's easy and even healthy to not care what other people think of what you drive. But imagine this scenario. You just pulled into a parking lot for a job interview. Your future boss looks outside and sees an old, muddy, obviously not taken care of automobile. What do you think his first impressions are going to be? Unless you make a heck of a show in that interview, his first impression of you and what he thinks are not going to change. Now, there's no car that should make someone think less of you. But there's a saying that I always say, keep it nice for what it is. Whether it's a house, a car, or anything, make sure it's clean and taken care of, because other people will see it and you don't want to not look responsible. When I first bought my truck, it was pretty dirty, had a lot of dog hair in it, a lot of things were broken. Now, dozens of people walk up to me and say, wow, that's a really clean truck, even though the car costs a lot more money than mine does. I do my best just to make the best of what I have and keep it nice, and you should too. Today I've discussed cleaning cars, how it helps retain the car's value, health, and keeps up what people think of you. Whether you like it or not, having a clean ride is not just for show. It's a responsible and safe way to live.
That was 8 minutes and 19 seconds.